Good day, YouTubers, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world. Today, just like last week, putting on another sail, and this is the main mast, main lower sail, yard arm, bearing to wrap around the mast, all the blocks. They're showing 3 on here on the corners. When I'm looking, because I'm pre-installing all the running rigging on the sail and on the ship. I got it all done up there, ready to install the sail. And I'm looking to see, they're showing 3 blocks on each corner to make the sail up and sew it onto the yard arm. And then install it on the ship. Now the bearing wraps around there, ties and hugs the mast, and then there's 2 lifting ropes that are on the next page for lifting and lowering, and they go up through the heel and come back down to a block. We got those all ready. And the next page, we're doing the 2 A and B. These are the 2 stabilizing that go from the end of the yard up and then down to a baling pin. And then we got 2 of these bigger ones here, with a bigger thread, that steer the sail, and where all the ropes go there and down to a baling pin. And there's 2 from the corner, and now you see here what I was talking about. There's only 1 on each corner that goes up and back down to a baling pin, but they're only showing 2 blocks on that sail, and the original install page show 3 blocks. So maybe that other block will get used somewhere else later on. So anyway, there's 5 pages. We used 2 of those blocks that are on the corners. We got all the running rigging run, and then it goes to the decoration. Now we already done the decoration on that side, and then the next sail up on the main mast, and that leaves 2 sails left after we get this one installed. And we put that one on. There's 2 small sails left that go up on the top of both masts. Got me doubting myself again. Okay, there's the yard for that larger one, and then 2 yards for the 2 small. We got 3 sails left after we get this one on. That's where I messed up. So we're going to set the camera up in closed caption mode and bring that sail from the bench over here and wrap the bearing. See, I got this ready for the lifting ropes, and the lifting ropes will tie onto the yard to raise the sail up and down. And I'm going to have to make that a little shorter. So when it is tied off, they can lower it all the way down. So that'll be a little tricky. So let's get this main mast bottom sail installed. And after we install it and get the rigging run to hold it in place, then we'll look at furling it up like we've done on the foremast to keep the visual effect open to the deck. I might even furl this one up later on and just redo this rope here. Okay, so now we've got the yard arm and the sail stabilized, tied off on all the different lifting ropes. We've got one line that's going to go to the corner here and then back over to a cleat behind the railing on both sides. We got another one over here in the front that goes to a block and then down to a baling pin in the middle there. And then the rope that lifts the corner or furls the sail up, the corner of the sail, goes up and down to a baling pin. So I'm going to look at the plans real close to make sure those three, or actually three on this side and three on the other, are going to go where I'm thinking they need to. And then I want to go ahead and furl this up, leaving these blocks where I can access them and then pull the slack out as we go up. And then tie it off like we did on this sail here. We got 3 tie-offs on each side that are just holding the sail furled up onto the yard. And then all the blocks are exposed and the lines are going where they should. So when the sailor climbs up there and unties those, they can let the sail down. but I want to have it furled up like we do in the front so it doesn't block the view of the deck, because there's so much going on there that it looks better if they're furled up. We did that on the San Juan, the main mast and the foremast. We furled them up so you can see the ship better. So let me play with that. And then once we get that rolled up or furled up, I guess it doesn't roll when they're actually doing it in real life, then we'll tie off the rest of those 6 running rigging lines to their designated location. I just got to verify which locations and which running rigging goes where. The photographs are just revealing enough where you can figure it out, but you ought to look at them really close and make sure you're doing it right. Alrighty, just like last week, we got the sail sewed on the yard arm, ran all the running rigging, and yes, we did use that 3rd pulley that was on the sail here. I don't know why they didn't show it in the picture. We got one line going down here, tying off, and then through the block down to a bailing pin, and then another line, there's a cleat up here and a tie off point that goes through a block, and then the 3rd one goes over near the middle of the yard and then down to a bailing pin. So then we got the 2, one on each side to stabilize it. We got the one lifting ropes for the yard arm and the bearing, and then these 2 here that they start over here through the block, and then there's a double block that was installed when we built that rear mast, the mizzen mast, and that's what the double block is for. And then it goes down to the railing and ties off. Hello, Mufasa. His Royal Highness. So even though we had taken extra time this week to drill these blocks out and clean them up, and so we have to punch them out of here, and we take them and put them here, and we drill out a hole in them, and there's some here in the ready queue. One is tied on there with a hole in it. And some of these are rejects. I had to do extra ones. I should have enough. But what I wanted to show you was this tool. I think you can buy these at a sewing store. And it's a piece of stainless steel wire, I think. Oh, I got the package right here. Collapsible eye needle, 6.4 centimeters, so it's long enough to they use it for beading, putting beads on, making necklaces or whatever. But anyway, This thing is great for pushing through a block and then putting a string in there and pulling the string back through. You know, a lot of those blocks have burrs in them, even though I spent extra time trying to clean them up. And this, I've used this thing like 20 times today, and I already dropped one of them and lost it. I don't know where it went, but good thing I bought a package of them, because I'm about to keep my eye on the last one. And it works even better than that little thumb threader that I used over on the sail. So 3 more sails to go. 1, 2, 3. And I got 2 sets of rat lines to do before I can put those last 2 sails on. Well, we got another sail done. We got it furled up. All the running rigging lines tied off. Thanks for watching.